Imagine if families and home care nurses of children who depend on medical technology, like feeding tubes and ventilators, could in the click of a mouse arrange speedy delivery of everything they need for education and training. Connected Care on the Go, it pushes our thinking, leverages our resources, and innovates to test something never tried before in pediatric home care. Every year, Sick Kids discharges over 3,000 children with medical complexity with referrals sent all across the province for delivery of specialized pediatric home care. Connected Care exists because the nursing care for children with medical complexity is highly specialized, and there is need for capacity building that leverages Sick Kids resources and partners across the system to promote that a consistent standard of pediatric nursing care is provided for safe and satisfactory transitions from hospital to home.
Connected Care currently delivers a lot of education to support home care nurses. This education relies on coming to the hospital for high-fidelity simulation-based education. But with COVID-19 and other challenges when families and their home care nurses live far away from the hospital, we face barriers in providing education support. If we were able to provide a more innovative education solution, we wouldn't have as many of these problems. Recently, we've been able to provide virtual modes of education to home care nurses, which has made education accessible during the pandemic and when distance is an issue. The challenge with virtual is that it limits the hands-on experience we know nurses and other caregivers need.
At VHA, we understand that when our nurses practice differently from what parents observe in the hospital, it can introduce friction with families who may be concerned that these variations place their child at risk. Although we have an education team and ongoing partnerships with Connected Care to support nursing clinical best practices, we struggle to meet the specialized education needs of our geographically dispersed nursing workforce. Nurses caring for these children at home are required to keep up with rapidly advancing technologies and maintain their clinical competencies.
Connected Care on the go. This is what we think needs to be tested. Just last week, there was a need to support a family in Northern Ontario. It's a novel solution in virtual education delivery within healthcare. We are borrowing from the successes of other industries. We'll pack up a box of teaching supplies and customize curriculum and ship it to the nurses. Once the customized teaching box arrives, we can set up a virtual education session to support home care nurses and families with learning and practicing specific skills.
If Connected Care was around and available, then that would have been instrumental in supporting the nurse in having that GJ tube unblocked, right? Because they could have provided her with the support that she needed and, walked her through whatever steps needed to be taken in order to have it unblocked, rather than me having to come back home, right?
I would say, based on my experience before and now, especially with COVID-19, that the value I see in Connected Care on the go is that it means families can receive care from new nurses or those returning back into their homes with up-to-date and hand-on skills which they need.
This is a fantastic opportunity to adapt the way we have always provided education. Connected Care Go will allow us to be more responsive to nurses and families and provide individualized education support at a distance. Together with our partners, we will implement with our nursing teams and evaluate collaboratively with our colleagues to ensure that the benefits and positive impacts to nursing practice and education can be realized by any nurse, regardless of employer or location.
Our team has the demonstrated ability to work together, and we know what it takes to test Connected Care on the Go for proof of concept. Together, we will evaluate Connected Care on the Go to inform feasibility and acceptability of the innovation according to families and home care nurses. Metrics will also include a look at system-level outcomes in the context of the pandemic. Thank you to RNFU for consideration of our idea. We are excited about this opportunity and think the time is right for Connected Care on the Go.